This is a Shields of Shame exclusive.
Meet Katonieya Hagans, a Georgia Department of Corrections officer caught in a web of lies. In a previous episode, Lieutenant Wadley told Hagans and Swint to write statements in favor of QUINTON RUDOLPH DARRISAW after an inmate assault. Corrections officer Darrisaw assaulted an inmate in handcuffs and attempted to lie about the incident that triggered a $5 million lawsuit that was later settled for an undisclosed amount. So far, we have heard the testimony of all officers involved except Darrisaw himself. The Department of Corrections has stated no responsive records exist. Furthermore, Shields of Shame requested Darrisaw's disciplinary file, and none of the incidents mentioned in the interviews by Swint and Hagans were included, leading to serious concerns of transparency. Visit the companion page for this video at shieldsofshame.com for the lawsuit and all files related. Always free, no paywalls or ads, no sign-up, no email list, free. Supporters like you make sure the records we get together are free for everyone. Enjoy the finale of this series and check the playlist out for all videos in this series. Thank you.
It is Tuesday, February 23rd, and 2016 at 18:20 hours. And I am Special Agent Jalon Hurd. I'm here with Investigator Hunt, and we are here with, if you'd state your name for me.
Katonieya Hagans.
Okay, we're at Washington State Prison right now. What is your title? You're a correctional officer?
Yes, sir.
Are you a 1, 2, anything like that, or just you're a correctional officer too? Okay. And how long have you been employed in Department of Corrections?
A year and 3 weeks.
The whole time have you been here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into it. On you do recall the date of, I know it's been a little bit, of June, I guess the night of June 15th into the morning of the 16th. You recall that day? And do you remember, say yeah?
Yes, sir.
If you do. And did you have any dealings with inmate Tremel Daly during the course of your shift?
No, sir.
You had no dealings with inmate Tremel Daly?
Like when you came to lockdown?
Yeah, I mean, did you have? Were you aware he was there? Did you ever? Okay, so you did have, I guess, dealings. You saw him there. Where were you assigned for that shift?
J2.
You were assigned to J2. At that point, how long have you been working for the Department of Corrections?
5 to 6 months.
Pretty new.
Yes, sir.
In that 5 to 6 months, had you gone to school too?
Yes, sir.
The correctional officer. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'd really only been here maybe not very long at all, right?
No, sir.
So you're relatively new. And you were assigned to J2 that evening for second shift?
Yes, sir.
And your shift is what times?
6 at night to 6 in the morning.
Okay. Let's start here. Were you at J2 the entire night?
Yes.
Did you ever leave J2 and go somewhere else, or were you assigned somewhere else, or
no, sir?
Did you ever maybe go to J1 or the control room or anything else? Were you just basically in J2 the entire night?
J2 entire night.
Okay. Do you remember inmate Daly being brought into J2?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember who brought him in there?
Sir Johnson and Sir Brown.
So Johnson and Brown,
yes,
CERT team members?
Yes, sir.
Was he handcuffed or?
He was handcuffed.
Behind his back?
Yes, sir.
How was the inmate acting?
He was acting normal at the time. He
was walking?
Yes, sir.
Wasn't being dragged or anything? They didn't have to?
No, sir.
To do anything? They just basically escorted him in?
Yes, sir.
You remember around what time that was?
I want to say between 10 and 11 o'clock.
Okay. What time did you get down to J2? Do you remember? I know I'm going backwards, but
About 6:15.
About 6:15. Okay. Where did they put him in J2?
In the shower.
They put him in the shower. Do you know why they put him in the shower?
That's where we put inmates at until we find out if they're gang related or if they're a predator or something like that.
Okay, so that's kind of like their holding kind of area.
Yes, sir.
They just wait until they find out. I know you were new then, but you've been here for a little bit now.
Yes, sir.
That's common. That's what you guys do. About how long do they normally stay there?
Probably 15 minutes.
So they're not in there long.
No, sir.
So it's not common for them to be in there hours, multiple hours.
No, sir.
If you don't have a room available, what's the normal procedure to making sure the inmate doesn't stay in the shower? I mean, how would you do that?
We'll move somebody out of a room, put them in another room.
Okay. So, I mean, you guys make a way. I mean, you know, you can't just have a guy in the shower.
No, sir, we cannot.
Right. And you say 15 minutes on average, you know, but no more than an hour.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So that night when inmate Daly was brought down there, he was in the shower. What happened from there? Can you walk me through the events? I guess, I mean, how long was he in the shower, and just walk me through.
He started acting out of character. Like when they first brought him down there, he was acting like that. He started saying,
Did they tell you why he was brought down there?
I think they said a failed drug test.
Okay.
He started saying his bugs in the shower.
He started what?
He started saying his bugs in the shower. He see bugs in the shower.
Okay.
I checked the shower. Wasn't no bugs in the shower.
How long was he in there before he started screaming about bugs?
Probably no more than 45 minutes.
So you said 45? 425 minutes?
Yes,
so he wasn't in there long before he started screaming about some bugs.
No, sir.
All right, and you yourself went in there and inspected and looked.
Yes, sir.
Was he ever brought out? What's the procedure? I know it's segregation. J2 is segregation, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there any procedures like, I mean, can you just walk in there in a cell and look, or how did you look?
I opened the top flap
Mm-hmm.
where you can see it,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't nothing in the shower.
You can basically see the entire shower and you didn't see anything.
Didn't see nothing.
So you never actually went in?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so he's complaining about some bugs. You said you didn't see anything. That wasn't very long, about 5 or so minutes that he'd been there. Walk me through, keep going through, what happened after he's seen the bugs and you looked.
He started saying he gonna choke himself. I had talked to him not, don't do that. And then I had called Swint. Swint had called Lou.
Who? Swint is an officer is working with you?
Yes, sir.
So was there 2 officers assigned to J2 then?
Me and Officer Swint.
You and Swint. Where was Swint? Was he still in the area when you called for him?
He was in the office.
Okay, and you called for him because inmate was about to say he was gonna hurt himself?
Hurt himself.
Okay. And what happened there? Can you review that?
Swint talked to him. The inmate did, I don't know, he took his shirt or something, tied up to the shower thing, and then put it around his neck. At that point in time, I had told Swint again. Swint called Lou.
Can you speak up just a little?
Swint had called Lou, and then Officer Darrison came down.
You said I called Lou?
Lieutenant Watley.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, Lieutenant Watley and Darrisaw?
Darrison had came down.
Who is he?
Yeah, officer.
He's just an officer. He wasn't working in J2 then?
No, sir.
Do you know where he came from or where he was? Or?
I think he was in security.
Okay.
At the time.
The inmate about to hang himself. You call Swint initially, and then you guys then call Darrisaw and Lieutenant.
We called Lieutenant Watley.
You called Lieutenant Watley, and then Darrisaw responded.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you got 3 of you guys. It's you, Swint, and Darrisaw.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what do you do?
At that present time, I was still there when Darrisaw was there. Darrisaw making, I don't know, was he torturing him, like saying you going to kill yourself or something like that?
Was the door still closed at this point?
Closed.
Okay.
It was locked and everything.
Sure.
I turned my back to go to the office. I turned back around, the inmate outside on the ground, face like belly on the ground. I didn't understand how he get up.
So it was you and Officer Darrisaw were at the shower.
Yes, sir.
Where the inmate was. Swint was not there at the time. I guess he was in the building, but he wasn't right there.
He wasn't there at the time.
According to what you just said, to make sure I got it right, while you were there and the inmate was about to hang himself or making moves as he was going to, all of a sudden you turned towards the office and then noticed the door was open and the inmate was on the ground?
When I had turned around and go to the office where Swint was,
okay,
I heard a thump.
Okay, and the door was still closed when you turned around?
The doors were open.
So you saw the door open. By who opened the door?
Darrisaw. He was the only officer there.
Okay. He was the only officer there, so you had left Darrisaw at this point?
Darrisaw at the point.
But you saw him open the door?
I didn't see him open the door, because like I said, the threat team locked the door. So the inmate can't open the door from the inside.
Right, the inmate can't open the door. So the only one that could open the door would have been Darrisaw. Okay. But you didn't physically see him open?
I didn't see him open.
Okay, so you were walking About how far away? Okay, so Swint is at the desk.
Swint's in the office. I say from
In the office.
from J2 office to the shower door, probably 10, 15 yards.
So it's not very far.
Not far.
Okay. So sometime between the shower and the office, while you're walking back to get to with Swint, right?
Yes, sir.
Officer Swint. Darrisaw had opened the door, and then you heard a thump. You
Yes,
said.
sir.
Okay. And did you turn around and?
I turned around and I helped. The way the angle of where I was standing, it like the inmate had grabbed Darrisaw's leg at the angle of where I was standing.
Mm-hmm.
So by me seeing that, I had helped my fellow officer out like we were taught to do. I helped him out. When I helped him out, my first thing I did was put my...
So you never got Swint?
No.
You saw all this and ran back to help Darrisaw?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
At the present time, I had put my knee in the inmate's back and held her down.
What was the inmate doing? I mean, you said from your vantage point, I guess somewhere in between the 15 yards or so, it looked like the inmate had Darrisaw's leg. By the time you ran up to him, did the inmate have Darrisaw's leg?
No, sir.
So he wasn't grabbing Darrisaw's leg. What was the inmate doing?
He was like how Darrisaw was standing, the inmate was moving.
You stand up and show me.
How can I?
I'm
Darrisaw,
trying to picture it.
Darrisaw was like this right here,
Okay.
and the inmate was like moving.
Where was the inmate?
The inmate was facing this way toward Darrisaw on the ground.
Okay. So the inmate. Darrisaw wasn't straddling the inmate. He wasn't standing over him.
No, sir.
I mean, not like the inmate in between them.
No, sir.
Okay. So he was like to the side of Darrisaw.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So that's when you get there and you put your knee in the inmate's back because the inmate, you said he was moving?
Yes, sir. Trying to contain the inmate, make sure he don't do nothing ironic and stuff like that.
Right.
So
at that time, was he swinging at you guys? Was he kicking at you guys?
No, sir.
Basically just resisting.
they're resisting.
Right. So he's resisting. You got your foot in his back. What happens there now?
Darrisaw grabbed the legs, then we switched positions. Then Darrisaw proceeded to put his knee in the inmate back, and then I grabbed the inmate leg.
You grabbed the inmate's legs. Okay.
Yes, sir. At that point in time, Darrisaw had said he gonna hit the inmate.
He said he was going to?
Yes.
Okay.
And me, I didn't believe him. I thought he was playing.
You knew.
And he hit him. And at that point in time, I was in a state of shock because he hit him.
Right. How did he hit him?
He hit him in the face, left side of his face.
Closed fist?
Yes, sir.
So like he punched him right in the face.
Yes, sir.
At that time, was the inmate resisting?
He was.
I mean, he was resisting, but was he threatening?
He wasn't threatening nobody.
An officer?
He was contained. We had him.
So he was under control for the
Yes.
most. I mean, you didn't have him in the room, but he was under control.
He was under control.
Okay. So in your opinion, again, you were new then, you're not new now. Was that necessary?
No.
Okay. How many times did he hit him?
I seen 3.
You hit him 3 times. So you were at his legs at this point.
Yes.
What did you do?
None. I was in a state of shock that he actually hit the inmate.
Yeah, rightfully so. Okay, and after the 3 shots, and now you're at his legs, what happens?
Swint come out and tell Darrisaw to stop.
Okay.
Then Swint and Darrisaw grabbed the inmate, put him in the shower.
How'd they put him in the shower?
They didn't drag him, but Swint grabbed his leg and Darrisaw grabbed his upper body. And
So Swint helped Darrisaw
put him back in
the shower. And were you just standing there?
I was actually going back to the office.
So you weren't there when you weren't standing right there anymore.
No, sir.
Okay. Was the inmate ever cuffed?
I proceeded to pull cuffs on him, but I had
When?
pulled.
Because by where we're at in the story, you had already kind of left.
Right.
So we missed the handcuff part.
I put the cuffs on him prior
When?
to before Darrisaw let him out the shower. When Darrisaw opened the shower.
Oh, we missed that whole part then. We need to rewind. All right, let's rewind. Inmates in the shower complaining about some bugs. All right.
Right.
You call Swint, Darrisaw. You call Lieutenant. Darrisaw responds. Right.
Right.
All right. So now here we are again. You and Darrisaw are at the shower door.
Before Darrisaw came down, I put some handcuffs
Gotcha.
on the inmate.
Gotcha.
I put the left side on, and then he flinched like that, and he snatched the handcuffs out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point in time, Darrisaw then entered.
So let me make sure I got this right. Before Darrisaw responded, this was after you called Whitley.
Lieutenant
Watley.
Watley. This before you called her.
Yes.
You put a cuff on Daly's arm, and he snatches away.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did he do then? Did he just snatch away and then put his hands back, or what did he do?
No, he kept the handcuffs with him in the shower.
Really? So he took him and went in the shower. Okay.
Well, he was already in the shower.
Right. But he walked so where you couldn't no longer got him. All right. And then Darrisaw arrives. Did you call Darrisaw or anybody and say, "Hey, man, this dude got my cuffs"?
I didn't call nobody.
All right.
I was afraid I was gonna get in trouble by letting
him having the cuffs.
Yes.
So you didn't call anybody. How much time lapsed? How long did I guess Daly have your cuffs before Darrisaw arrived?
It wasn't used long, probably like 2 minutes.
So it wasn't that long.
One long.
Okay. So then Darrisaw responds. Okay. So now this whole thing. So now here we are. You saw Darrisaw hit him 3 times.
3 times.
You saw Swint and Darrisaw put Daly back in the shower. Let me ask you. Before the punches and all this stuff happened, did Daly have any marks?
No, sir.
What about after?
He was swollen.
Where?
Right above, right in the forehead.
Okay.
And right here on the side.
And is that consistent with where Darrisaw hit him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did Darrisaw have gloves on or anything? Was he bare fist? Did he just bare knuckle
I
him?
think he did have gloves on.
Okay. Did anybody else witness this? You think?
Some of the other inmates seen it that was already in J2.
Right. What about any other officers?
I don't know if Officer Robinson seen it or not.
Who is Officer Roberts?
She was the female in the control room in J.
Okay.
I don't know.
She's in the control room. From the control room, is there a good view of, I guess, the shower where this incident occurred?
Yes, sir.
So it would be likely that she did see it?
She probably did.
Okay. At any point, did you see her make any motions to call anybody, or did you even see her?
I didn't see her.
You weren't looking.
No, sir.
You were dealing with
the inmate.
Did you ever hear Darrisaw say anything during, I guess, this incident? He said he was going to hit him.
Yes.
He did say that. After he hit him or while he was hitting him, did he say anything?
If I recall, I think he said, "I'm gonna hit you again." Stuff like that. But nothing, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. What about after he was done hitting him? Did he say anything?
No, sir.
Did you ever hear him say, "Don't call a lieutenant"?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So after Daly's now back in the shower, what happens?
Lieutenant Watley came down where the camera proceeded to view.
That's what I didn't ask.
What was that?
Camera. Go ahead.
She brought the camera down there and she viewed the inmate.
Was the camera on?
It was on.
Okay, you know it was on.
Yes, sir.
You saw it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we should have a tape.
You're going to start making a list.
I got you.
Okay. So Lieutenant Watley comes down with the camera, and you interview the inmate.
They talked to him.
Okay. Were you there?
I was there for a little while. Then I had left again.
Okay. Walk me through that. What was said? What was done?
They had asked him what's going on. He told them that it was buzz in the shower. When the buzz in the shower, he said Darrisaw had. If I'm not mistaken, he said Darrisaw had them jumped on him and stuff. Everything else they were talking about at that point in time, I had left after that. So anything else that was said, I really don't know.
Let me ask you, you're a correctional officer, you're assigned to J2, you've been to school, the correctional officer school and everything, you see somebody or a fellow officer do something. Did you at any time tell Lieutenant Watley what happened?
No. After she had talked to us, she had said something about say that Darrisaw didn't hit the inmate.
So she told you what to say?
Yes.
When was this?
It was before we had left that morning.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to go there right now, but at the time when she first comes in there, you didn't brief her on, hey, my man over here hit the inmate.
No, sir, I did not.
Okay. What did she do? I mean, she's in charge, right?
Right.
So what did she do?
She just videotaped them and asked.
I mean, he had to mark. I mean, he was...
Him.
Right. So she just videotaped it, spoke with him.
And
then...
Stuff. Like I said, after a couple of questions, she asked him I had to leave.
Where'd you go?
To J2 office.
Okay. Were you asked to leave, or did you just
I just walked
left?
Just left.
Okay. So, where did you see anything from the J2 office? act like I had never seen it before. From the J2 office, can you still see out?
Yes.
Okay, so
you can see the shower, but
right,
everything back there where you can't see.
Okay, but you could see where they were at, where they were interviewing him.
They were still talking to him.
It was Whitley and
Watley
and
Darrison
and Swint. So they were all three of them were there.
Yes.
Okay. About how long were they there?
Probably to that next. Probably to like 12:30.
Okay. And when did this whole incident occur?
10:15.
So were there 2 incidents?
I'm not going there yet. So about 10:15, the incident occurred.
Because shirt team brought down about 10 o'clock.
So you're right, and you said it didn't take very long for him to start complaining about the bugs, and then everything else kind of happened. Okay, I got you. So you said they were there until when? About
12:30.
So they were in the shower for a while, interviewing him. Was he left in the shower?
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, he's been in the shower. You started your shift. You got there about 6:15 in the J2 building, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said it's about no more than an hour. This guy's been in the shower from 6:15 to at least now.
No. He came down to J2. Shirt team brought him in around about 10.
Gotcha. So he's been in there now at least 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
About 10 or so to about 12:30.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, that's not normal, right?
No, sir.
All right. So you were at J2 the entire night. Were you assigned to the top or the bottom?
Bottom range.
And where is the shower where this all occurred?
The fresh shower. As soon as you enter
Is it on the bottom or the top?
Bottom.
It's on the bottom. So that was for you to. That's your area.
Yes, sir.
It's segregation, right? J2
Yes,
segregation. How often do you check? I mean, you have to do a check, right?
About every 30 minutes.
Every 30 minutes.
35 minutes.
All right. So right now they left at 12:30. So from 12:30, when do you end your shift?
At 6.
So from 12:30 to 0600, that's about half your shift, a little less than half your shift. You were checking on daily every half an hour?
Yes.
What was his condition like?
He was laying down in the shower.
Was he laying down the whole time?
Yes.
Did his condition worsen?
Looked like he was turning red in the face.
So his face, you could start seeing some more stuff kind of coming through his face.
Yes, sir.
Was he saying anything? Did he ever ask for anything? Did he ever?
He was asleep.
Did that concern you? Where are you from?
I'm from right here.
You from right here? Don't know too much about right here. But let me ask you this. You witnessed this guy get punched several times, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He's in the shower, which is not, for a long period of time, which is not normal, according to you.
Yes, sir.
And now, dude, sleep. Were you worried about?
I mean, I called his name.
You what?
I called his name.
Okay. Did he ever
Did he
respond to
respond?
you?
He moved and stuff.
Did he ever say anything?
No, sir.
Did that concern you?
Yes.
Again, I'm realizing you're new.
Mm-hmm.
However, but see, part of that new comes, which you're fresh out of the academy, so you know how it should be.
Yes.
Again, it may be a different story when you get downrange or whatever. However, but the same rules apply or should.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's the protocol, man? I mean, okay, first of all, a guy shouldn't have been in the shower, right?
Right.
So he's in the shower for a long time. That's red flag number one. Second thing is you knew, but you didn't saw this other officer punch him like 3-4 times, 5 times, whatever. You said 4 times?
I said 3.
3. I don't think I've seen that in the academy. That's crazy. And then now you're checking on him every half an hour. You're seeing he's kind of going down, like his face is getting worse. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
And all you did was just really just hey Daly, you okay? I mean you said he was asleep most of the time?
Yes, he was breathing and stuff. So I feel that he was okay.
You know he was breathing?
Yes, sir.
You saw his chest rising and everything? You saw
Yes,
him? Okay. All right. Did you tell anybody, hey, his face is getting worse, or hey, he's still in the shower? Because you were in charge of that bottom rung on J2, right?
Right.
Did you ever say, hey man, I mean, why is this dude still in the shower?
Or as I know, I have told that Lieutenant Watley had said leave him in the shower to first shift.
When did she tell you that?
She didn't tell me that. The officer had told me. Officer Swint.
Swint told you that
She said,
Watley said
leave him in the shower
leave him in the shower.
until fresh air come in.
Okay. At any point that you were there, did Daly ever ask to be seen by the medical staff?
He did, but I didn't hear him. The officer had said that he had asked to see medical.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Again, you were new then, you're not new now, so let me ask you this. On an incident like that, basically when if you put everything in your mind and you see what all occurred, should a use of force been filled out for that? Would you normally fill out a use of force for something like that or no?
Yes. The officers who did it would fill out a use of force.
Right. But you were there. Would you normally fill that out? Would you be a part of that?
I just write a witness statement of what happened.
Okay. All right. Now we're on witness statements. Do you remember your witness statement? So now we're getting on witness statement. So you did fill out a witness statement form?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
That look like your witness statement form?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to read it just to make sure? You don't have to read it out loud. I ain't going there. But that's just your right there. Is that the witness statement form that you filled out that day?
Yes. Yes, it's just Sunday did happen. Yes, we did attempt to move him to cell 107 when we found a space for him.
Mm-hmm.
We did attempt to.
When was that?
No, that was after Darrisaw had punched him. We attempted to move him, but he didn't want us to. He didn't want to get moved because Darrisaw was still in the presence.
Okay.
And he didn't want Darrisaw to touch him.
So did you ask him to cuff up and he refused to cuff up?
We just took the cuffs from him after he didn't want to move. We just took it from him. And
oh, wait a minute. The initial incident when Daly was punched by Darrisaw, he took your cuffs, right?
Yes, they were still on him. They were still on their left wrist. The one cuff they had put on.
So he was in the shower after the incident. When the incident you said occurred, about 10:15 or so, right? So he was in there from 10:15 until whenever you tried to move him to room 107 with the cuff.
Yes, we were gonna put him in the shower because we put everybody in the room with cuffs on.
Right, but he still had the cuff that he has taken from you, or did you get your cuff back?
I got it back when he didn't want to move.
After he was put back in the shower by Swint and Darrisaw?
After he put back in the shower and Lieutenant then had left, I got my handcuffs back. At that point in time, he was not laying down. He was not asleep. So he gave my handcuffs back.
Gotcha. So on this incident right here, now it's looking like the same thing happened again, where y'all went sometime during the night. You say what time? Around 4 maybe?
About 4.
Is that what you're saying?
It's about 4 in the morning.
When did that happen? When you guys were going to move him to a room 107?
This happened probably about Lieutenant Watley was still down there, so it had to be somewhere between 12 and 12:30.
So she hadn't even left yet.
She haven't left yet.
Gotcha. So you go. So some point while he's still there, you were in the office.
Yes, sir.
Were you motioned to come back out and hey, now we need to move him to room 107? I mean, how were you told that okay, we got a room for him now? All of a sudden.
At that point in time, if I'm not mistaken, Officer Swint was already trying to make moves for him to get into a room. Mm-hmm. So somewhere between that point in time, I did come back out. I don't recall the camera still being out or nothing. Mm-hmm. But we did attempt to move Inmate Bailey to 107. Then that's when he refused to move because Darrisaw was still in his presence.
Did you get a cuff on him?
I got the cuff back after Darrisaw and Lieutenant had left.
Okay. So I guess did they get the cuffs back and then just gave them to you, or
I got
what?
Them back.
How?
I had talked to him. I said, "Can I get my cuffs back and stuff like that?"
You talked to who?
To Daly about getting my cuffs back.
Daly couldn't take them off. He had one on one of his hands, right?
I had my own set of keys to get the cuffs off.
So he complied, and after being punched and stuff,
he complied
and got stood up and put his hands back through the slot or whatever.
He put that one hand. He had the handcuffs on, and I had took them off. And
okay. And then after that, the rest of the night he laid down, went to sleep.
So now he laid down in the shower and just.
Okay. Is there something missing in that? I mean, it looks like a lot's missing.
It looks like a lot missing. I could have sworn I wrote more than this.
Let me ask you this. Now we're going on to something else here, and I need you to be truthful on this. Did you write 2 statements?
I wrote one that I was told to write to say Darrisaw,
Who were you told by to do that?
Lieutenant.
Watley. You were told by Watley, Lieutenant Watley,
Yes,
to write an incident report to save Darrisaw.
say Darrisaw.
Why would she ask you to do that?
Cause he been in trouble before.
For
with
what?
With another inmate.
The same incident, like similar incident, use of force?
It was a similar, but I wasn't here at
Right,
the
right,
time.
right,
So
right.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
But I was told that he had an altercation with an inmate.
Let me ask you this, because I'm looking at it like she's a lieutenant, he's just a correction officer, right? He's not a sergeant, or have no other rank. But why would Watley be wanting to save him? Was something going on?
I don't know what goes on outside his prison.
Did he
Gone to
write-
the hospital.
Huh?
Gone to the hospital.
He's at the hospital?
They're trying to get him rerouted back to the institution.
Okay.
They sent him to the hospital.
Okay. Say that again.
I don't know what's outside of his prison. I don't know what goes on with people.
Let's talk about inside it. I'll let you in on my background. My background is police. I don't have a corrections background. I'm a police officer. That's my background. But it's still a family. It's still a tight knit group. It's still kind of like a brotherhood. Hey,
Right.
you got my back. I got your back. You all know what's going on. This place ain't but so big. It's like a little confined city. You know what's going on. In your opinion, is something going on, or was something going on with Watley? What I'm trying to figure out is, why would Watley try to save Darrisaw? What's the why?
I ran they tight, like real cool.
Huh?
I ran they like real cool and stuff like that.
They're cool.
Like they always talk a lot. So
To where it would cost me my job?
How would you say that? Because being cool was one thing, but now crossing the lines is another thing. So you said, yeah, it could cost a job. Why would you say that? What would make you feel like, yeah, I guess it could? All right, here's the deal.
Okay.
Here's the deal. It says us 3 in the room. I don't work for nobody at this doggone prison.
Neither do I.
don't answer to them. I'm talking even the warden. I don't work
Okay.
for them. What you say in this room stays in this room. However, I'm now involved because it's a criminal case, and I'm trying to figure out motivations. Why would somebody be doing this if she's a lieutenant?
cause that's not his first time doing that.
Yeah, but that's
That doesn't justify.
I ain't risking my job because some fool gonna beat somebody up and has a
Exactly.
tendency to beat somebody up. I'm not gonna risk my job for that. I don't care if he's my boy. I just ain't gonna do that. That's on you. So why would you say? Why would you say? What do you know? I know you know something. You looked up. You
Yeah.
laughed. You know something. What's up?
I mean, I was gonna lie for him. I was.
Yeah. I mean, you were new, right?
Right. I was gonna lie for him. To be honest, I don't know. I really don't know why she even asked me to lie for him. I don't.
When did she ask you to lie for him?
That morning before we had left, she said, "Come write a statement."
When did you fill out? So you filled out? You said you filled out 2 statements.
This is the statement I had wrote in Mr. Fort office, the deputy on warden.
So that's not the original statement.
The original statement, I don't know where they at.
So you wrote another statement.
Yes. This
When did you write the other statement?
In security with Lieutenant Watley.
And how long ago after the incident was that? Was it right after?
It was the morning before we had left.
So it was within the
Within
same
that same
time
time.
frame.
Yes.
And then when did you write that one?
I wrote this on June 24th, 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, date reflects it. So
Okay.
that's 9 days later.
When were you told by Lieutenant Watley to change your report?
She didn't know nothing about this right here. The one I had wrote, she had told me.
Right, because that's the one where you're in with Deputy Warden and or whoever, and you're trying to save Darrisaw.
Trying to save me at this point.
Well,
So what he's saying that they had said that I had hit the inmate and stuff like that.
who said that?
Mr. Ford had told me that they had said that I had hit kicked the inmate in the back.
Oh, okay.
So that's on the outside of that. I'm gonna go.
But nowhere in that statement does it say that you saw Darrisaw hit
Because
him.
he didn't want what I had did. That's all he wanted. He wanted what?
But your statement should reflect whatever took place during that night.
Yeah, why wouldn't you get the big picture? Like, why I wouldn't just ask you, I want to know what's going on. Like, remember when we first started here, I said, look, I wasn't in there. I wasn't there. I don't know. So I want to know what's going on.
When you write a statement, you're supposed to give the picture so that everybody can see what's going on.
Right.
Of the whole incident, not just your version of the incident.
I mean, that's what he had asked for. Mr. Ford had asked for what I had did and stuff like that. You know, we know with the handcuffs and all that. That's what he wanted. He didn't ask me about.
That would be more like the supplement part of the use of force, where you put in the part that you actually did.
Let me ask you this again. When did Watley ask you to change it, or when did she ask you to cover up?
Before we had left.
Before you left that morning.
6 that morning.
Why did she have a feeling that you were going to tell the truth, or?
I had no clue.
So out of nowhere, you're saying she just came to you and said, "Hey, look, you need to." She
talked to me and Swint both about writing a statement to try to help Darrisaw, try to save him.
Okay.
So I didn't have my original.
So basically, to minimize what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. But you wrote a statement in security. You wrote a statement in security, correct?
Yes.
Did it reflect what really happened? Not just your side, but the entire incident.
Not the Darrisaw part in the inmate. Everything I had did from in the shower and stuff, but the Darrisaw incident, that didn't reflect on what really happened.
So basically, the first statement you wrote was similar to that one.
About me with the handcuffs and all that, what I had did. Yeah.
Right, but nowhere in it did it say anything about Darrisaw punching this dude in the face.
Not. I don't think I said in the statement I had wrote for Lieutenant that he had hit the inmate in the face and nothing like that.
Okay. Let me ask you this: since you were called in by the deputy warden to write your accounts of what you did, right?
Right.
At any point did you tell him, "Hey, I didn't hit nobody. Darrisaw hit somebody"?
Yes, I told him that I didn't hit the inmate because he had said that Darrisaw had
No. There's a difference. Did you tell him you didn't hit the inmate, or did you tell him I didn't hit the inmate? Darrisaw did.
I told him that I didn't touch the inmate. I told him the only thing I did was what we talked to BCO.
Still not answering my question.
At that same time, did you say Darrisaw did?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna rewind. When you were in there with Deputy Warden, okay, giving your account of what you did, right?
Right.
You told him, because everybody was saying, I guess with Watley. I guess Watley and Darrisaw was saying that you hit him. You hit Daly.
Right.
So you told Deputy Warden, no, I didn't hit Daly.
Right.
Darrisaw hit Daly.
Right.
You told him that.
Right.
And you went through the entire incident.
Yes.
And even after telling him that, he still only wanted that.
He wanted what happened, what I had did with
what
the
you did
and all that.
Okay. Well, were you ever approached by Darrisaw and told to lie?
He had called me by Facebook Messenger and said that to lie for him.
Okay. When was that?
It's about a week later.
About a week after. Let me ask you this. Did you ever ask Darrisaw why he told Deputy that you hit him? That you hit inmate?
No, sir.
Did you ever question that?
No, sir.
Here's how I'm thinking. Again, I was a police officer. You know what the bad rap police officers have. We like to kill people and hurt people, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, here's the deal. If I'm called to the carpet for an incident that I know I didn't do, right? And they say, yeah, you beat the brakes off this guy. I'm going to tell them, no, I didn't break the brakes off him. And who told you that? And then I'm going to approach, because I'm just how I'm looking at it, I'm going to say, well, man, why would you tell him that? Why would you say that I did that? So you never asked Darrisaw or Watley why they would say that?
No, sir, I didn't.
Why?
Because I know I didn't do it.
Why wouldn't you approach them and ask them, hey, why y'all trying to get me in trouble? You're new, right?
Right.
You don't want to get the bad rap, do you?
No, sir.
So you didn't question like, hey, why would y'all try to throw me under the bus?
No, sir.
Do you see where it's just kind of like I mean,
You probably feel like I'm lying about some stuff.
no, I'm not. No, here's the real, and this is just really how I am as an investigator. If I feel like you're lying to something,
Tell you.
I would tell you. I would straight up tell you. And if you hadn't noticed, there's also a reason. I'm not just crazy.
Okay.
Why I keep going back and repeating things, because I'm holding you to the story you're saying.
Right.
And if I don't believe something or think something's wrong or I heard something else, I'm repeating and asking again and making sure that I understand what you're saying. There's a method to my madness. I'm not crazy. Maybe borderline, but not really. Okay. It's just on me if I know I didn't do nothing and you even said that you were gonna lie for him. So I guess you had a connection. There was a connection there. Y'all worked together, right?
Right.
So you were gonna lie for him, but you weren't willing to take the rap and say, yeah, I hit daily. You weren't willing to do that.
No, sir.
But there's a connection, and you won't even question them as to why they would try to throw you under the bus. That's where I'm like I would defend myself. Like, what the hell you mean? That's how I am.
Right.
You just never did that. Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to get stuck on something. I just wanted to ask. You have anything? All right. Let me ask you. You've been here how long again?
A year and 3 weeks.
That's right. You've been here for a while. Not very long, but long enough. To where, is there anything going on, I guess, with any of anybody that you know that you work with? I'm not talking inmates, I'm talking coworkers, that they're doing something shady, that they're maybe trying to sweep something under the rug, or that a use of force incident should have been filled out when really it wasn't. Have you seen that, or do you notice that, or is any of that going on to your knowledge?
Just on that one time with Darrison. That's the only thing that should be filled out there for us.
Only that one time.
Yes, sir.
Just ask you straight up, and this is an opinion. This isn't really anything other than an opinion. Do you believe that was the first incident that's happened?
Wow. Since I've been here?
Yeah, or even before that.
Just in general.
In general. Like, stuff. I mean, of course, there has to be a start date sometime. Something starts, it had to start somewhere.
Right.
But do you believe that was the first and only time?
It probably more than that.
Why would you think that?
These officers feel like they got power. They can do what they want to do, and they got the badge and stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
So someone's gonna do that.
Right. So that doesn't blow your mind to say, oh no, that would be the only time ever. It wouldn't blow your mind to hear that, well, there might have been some more times.
Probably some more time before I got him. Still probably doing something not that I don't know nothing about.
Right. So after too.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But nothing that you know of.
Nothing that I know of.
What about that you hear or that you heard?
No, sir.
What's your relationship like with Wally?
I mean, it's all just.
I mean, what's y'all got a good working relationship? Y'all, what's wrong with what's the issue?
No, I just don't associate with everybody out here.
But you said you don't have a good working relationship with her.
Oh, so I never like.
I'm not meaning like relationship
Yeah, I'm not-
outside. I'm
I'm not-
talking like working, like being able to work together. Go ahead.
I
Like
don't-
that type.
No, I don't talk to her.
You don't.
I don't associate with her nothing like that. It's some folks.
Is there a reason why?
To me, you just look at some folks and tell who's got their choice or who they want to, associate with, and who they don't associate with. So I didn't ever really try to sit down and talk to her and nothing like that.
Just kind of keep to yourself and
Keep to
do what
myself.
you do.
And basically talk to the ones who I work with.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Swint is at the hospital.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that in just a minute. I'll deal with that in a minute. Okay. Is there anything else, I guess, regarding this incident maybe that you're not telling me? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very detail oriented. I'm into detail. I want to know all the details. again, because this is a big case. It's a criminal case. You know,
Right.
it's potentially a big case. And then hearing the cover up and all this stuff, and that you filled out 2 different statement forms and all that. I mean, it just goes into a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Is there anything else, detail wise, that maybe I'm not asking you that you know of in regards to this incident?
He wasn't seen till like 8 that morning.
Okay. Seen by
By
what?
medical.
Okay, he wasn't seen by medical till 8.
Till 8 that morning.
So he was he in the shower the whole time?
When we left, he was still in the shower.
Okay. When you leave, do you brief the oncoming squad or shift or officers?
Swint did.
Okay, so you didn't brief them, but that's what normally happens. They are briefed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And he didn't get out the shower, from what you know, to about 8. Or seen by medical staff, which would have been around the same time, I guess.
It's about 8. That's what I was told.
So he wasn't even put in a room. He was brought to medical?
I don't know
From the
what
shower
you brought
to
to medical. I think they came. I was told that Lieutenant William and another officer came down there and seen him, and then that's when medical had.
Okay.
Came. After that, I don't know what else he did.
Okay.
I don't know if he go to the hospital or what.
Okay. At any point during your shift, and I believe I asked this, but I'm going to ask it again, after the incident occurred, so I guess it would be, you know, after the 10:15 or even further after 12:30 when Watley and them left, did anybody else ever come back in?
Okay.
Anybody with any rank, any just regular correction officer?
Just me. I just kept checking on him.
What about Darrisaw? Did he ever come
He
back
came-
in, J2?
He came back to the J control, and he sat there and talked.
What'd y'all talk about?
He talked about the incident and stuff.
What was said?
He said basically everything that what I told you had happened. He hit the inmate. He really didn't have no motive to hit the inmate. He just did it because he was being a bully, basically.
Did he say that?
Basically,
I mean, that's basically what he said.
basically what he was saying.
Okay, and he sat there and told you was Watley there or was
No, sir.
Swint there?
Swint, I don't think Swint was in there.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything else. You have anything? All right. Well, I'll go ahead and conclude the interview. It is 19:15.